There is a quiet moment that happens when you walk into your home after a long day and you feel tired before you even sit down, and you think you are tired from work, but sometimes you are tired from your own space. The hook here is not about living small, it is about how much invisible weight we carry in objects, decisions and clutter that we learn to call normal. The context is modern life where more is easy to get and hard to manage. We can buy. With one click we can store things in closets and drawers and digital carts. We can keep saying someday, and someday becomes a pile. The first surface insight is about editing. On the surface it sounds like cleaning and donating and throwing away, but editing is deeper than tidying. It is choosing what deserves a place in your life. Many people keep things because of guilt, because of hope, or because of memory. You keep a shirt you do not wear because it reminds you of a version of yourself. You keep a gadget because it was expensive. You keep a box because you might need it one day in daily life. This is how clutter grows. It grows from unmade decisions. Every object you keep is a small decision you avoid, and avoided decisions collect interest like unpaid bills. They do not disappear, they wait. In this way, editing is not just making space, it is reducing the number of small questions your brain has to answer every day. Where is that thing? Do I still need this? Why did I buy that? Should I move it somewhere else? When you edit, you clear not only shelves but attention. But beneath this surface is a hidden assumption. The assumption is that more will make us safer or happier. More clothes, more tools, more kitchen space, more backup options. More feels like preparation for life, but often it becomes preparation for a life we do not actually live. We buy for rare moments instead of regular days. We plan for a perfect party instead of a normal Tuesday. We keep items for a future self while our present self navigates around them in daily life. This shows up as a closet full of clothes you do not wear and a drawer full of cables you cannot name. The hidden assumption is that we need to be ready for everything, but readiness has a cost. It steals space and time right now. The third insight is structural, and it is about design. Many homes and objects are built around peak use, not real use. We build kitchens for a feast we host once a year. We buy furniture for guests we rarely have. We keep paperwork because we fear losing control. Systems and marketing encourage this. They sell us the idea that bigger is better and that comfort means excess, but real comfort is often ease. Ease is being able to find what you need without searching. Ease is cleaning quickly. Ease is moving through a room without obstacles. Structure matters because if your space is built for a rare event, your daily life pays the price. You can feel it in small moments. You open a cabinet and something falls out. You cannot sit down at your table because it is covered. You cannot park your bike because there is no clear corner. These are not dramatic problems, but they create daily friction. The reframing comes when small is seen not as less but as honest about how you actually live. Most days you use 2 burners, not 6. Most days you sit with one friend, not 10. Most days you need a clear table, not an expandable one. Small becomes sexy when it serves reality. When things nest, stack, fold, or disappear digitally, they reduce friction. They turn space into a tool, not a museum. Digitizing can feel like magic because it removes the physical burden of information, but the deeper magic is that it removes the feeling that your home is an archive. You can keep memories without keeping boxes. You can keep stories without keeping stacks. Applying this to daily life does not require moving to a tiny home. It requires noticing the arteries of your life. Where does flow get blocked? Where do you stop and sigh? Where do you spend time managing things instead of living? Think about the morning rush when you cannot find keys or you step over items in the hallway. That is not just mess, it is time leakage. Think about cooking when counters are crowded. You cook less or you order food more. Think about rest when your bedroom feels like storage. Sleep becomes lighter because the mind stays alert. A small edit can change these patterns quickly. You can start with one surface, one drawer, one shelf, one bag of clothes, but the key is not the act of donating. The key is the decision. Do I love this? Do I use this? Does it support my real life? The optional deepening is about freedom. Many people think freedom comes from more money, more space, more options, but there is another kind of freedom that comes from fewer demands. When you own less, you maintain less. When you maintain less, you think less about upkeep and more about living. When you walk through your door and see open space, your nervous system relaxes because nothing is asking you for attention. The home becomes a place to recover, not a list of chores. This also connects to how we buy. When you stem inflow, you stop repeating this cycle. You begin to pause before a purchase and ask, will I love this for years or will I be tired of it in a week? This is not about deprivation, it is about respect for your future self, the future you who will store, clean, move and manage that item. In this way, editing becomes an act of kindness across time. As we sit with all this, living little is not about shrinking your life, it is about expanding what matters by removing what does not. It is about creating multifunctional spaces, not to be clever but to let one room support many needs without crowding your mind. It is about letting your home fit your life instead of forcing your life to fit your home. So when you walk through your front door tonight, the quiet question to hold is, what one thing could you remove or rethink this week that would give you back a small piece of time and ease every day?